Let me tell you something that dating coaches will never admit. There's a psychological weapon so powerful that casinos have built billion-dollar empires on it. The most charismatic people you know use it instinctively, creating an almost drug-like addiction in others. And right now, whether you realize it or not, someone in your life is using it on you. It's called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the exact reason your ex keeps circling back into your life like a moth to a flame. Today, I'm going to show you the neuroscience behind why unpredictable love is more addictive than consistent affection, and how you can recognize when you're caught in this psychological trap. Picture a laboratory rat pressing a lever. In the first experiment, every press delivers a food pellet. The rat presses consistently, but with no real excitement. Now imagine a second rat where the lever delivers food randomly, sometimes 3 times in a row, then nothing for 10 presses, then once, then nothing. This rat becomes obsessed. It presses frantically, unable to stop, developing what scientists call extinction resistance. The unpredictability doesn't reduce the behavior, it amplifies it to near manic levels. This is intermittent reinforcement, and your brain is wired exactly like that rat's. When rewards become unpredictable, the anticipation itself becomes more powerful than the reward. Here's where it gets darker. Your ex doesn't come back because they love you consistently. They come back because their brain has associated you with unpredictable emotional rewards. Remember those incredible nights followed by cold, distant mornings? The passionate texts followed by days of silence? Each cycle released dopamine in their brain, not during the good moments, but during the anticipation of not knowing what comes next. You became their slot machine, and just like a gambler who can't walk away after losing, they can't stop pulling your lever, hoping for that jackpot feeling they got once before. The intermittent nature of your connection made you more addictive than any consistent, healthy relationship ever could. Neuroscientist Dr. Robert Sapolsky discovered something remarkable about dopamine. It's not released when you get the reward, it's released in anticipation of the reward. But here's the twist. Predictable rewards cause dopamine to drop over time. Your brain adapts and stops caring. However, unpredictable rewards keep dopamine levels sky high indefinitely. This is why a text from someone who barely responds affects you more than constant messages from someone reliable. Why a breadcrumb of affection from an avoidant person feels more thrilling than a full meal of love from someone consistent. Your neurochemistry is being hijacked by uncertainty, and it feels like passion. The top 1% of daters understand this instinctively. They're not playing hard to get, they're engineering intermittent reinforcement. They create patterns of intense connection followed by strategic distance. Not out of cruelty, but because they've learned that mystery maintains desire in a way that availability never can. Watch how they operate. They'll have an incredible date, then take 3 days to text back. They'll say "I love you" once in a blue moon, making those words carry nuclear weight. They never let you fully have them, but they give you just enough to keep you hooked. And the cruel irony? People often mistake this psychological manipulation for genuine chemistry. Think about every toxic relationship you've seen, including maybe your own. The pattern is always the same. The person who shows up inconsistently becomes the object of obsession, while the person who shows up every day gets taken for granted. It's not about who loves more authentically, it's about who triggers the intermittent reinforcement cycle. Your brain literally cannot help itself. The uncertainty activates the same neural pathways as cocaine. This is why breakups with inconsistent partners are exponentially harder than breakups with stable ones. You're not just losing a person, you're experiencing withdrawal from a neurochemical addiction. The pain is real, chemical, and by design. Now let's talk about why your ex specifically keeps coming back. After the breakup, they experienced something unexpected. The withdrawal wasn't just emotional, it was physical. Their brains started craving those unpredictable dopamine hits you used to provide. At first, they felt relieved, maybe even excited about freedom. But then, during a random Tuesday evening or a lonely weekend, their brain reminded them of that uncertainty you represented. Not the fights, not the pain, but that addictive feeling of maybe tonight they'll text me something amazing. So they reach out, get their hit, and disappear again. It's not love. It's neurochemistry seeking its fix. Here's the part that will change everything for you. You can break this cycle, but only if you understand what's really happening. When your ex reaches out, they're not testing the waters for reconciliation in most cases. They're checking if the slot machine still works, if you'll still provide that unpredictable emotional jackpot. Every time you respond with emotion, whether anger, affection, or even detailed explanations, you're confirming, yes, the machine still works. You're reestablishing the intermittent reinforcement pattern. The only way to truly break free is to become completely predictable in your unavailability. No response is a response. Radio silence isn't cruelty, it's deprogramming their addiction and yours. But what if you're the one who can't stop going back? What if you're the one hitting redial at 2 a.m.? First, you need to recognize you're not weak, you're human. Your brain has been conditioned through intermittent reinforcement to associate this person with the highest highs and lowest lows. And that neurological roller coaster is more addictive than stability ever could be. The solution isn't willpower alone. It's understanding that what you're craving isn't actually love. You're craving the dopamine uncertainty of, will they respond warmly this time? The person themselves is almost irrelevant. You've become addicted to the gambling, not the prize. This awareness is the first step to rewiring your brain. Let me show you what healthy attraction actually looks like, because it's probably nothing like what you've experienced. In secure, lasting relationships, dopamine doesn't come from uncertainty. It comes from shared growth, from predictable safety that allows vulnerability, from knowing someone will show up consistently. The butterflies aren't from will they text back, but from I get to see them tonight. The excitement isn't manufactured through distance and confusion. It's authentic and based on genuine compatibility. This feels boring to a brain conditioned on intermittent reinforcement, the same way a gambler finds regular savings accounts boring. But this is where real love lives, in the consistent, the predictable, the emotionally available. So how do you rewire your brain to crave consistency instead of chaos? It takes conscious effort and about 90 days of strict no contact to reset your neurochemical baselines. During this time, you need to starve the intermittent reinforcement circuit by removing all unpredictability. Block them everywhere. Don't check if they viewed your stories. Don't orchestrate accidental meetings. Your brain needs to learn that this person no longer provides any reinforcement, intermittent or otherwise. Simultaneously, flood your system with new, healthy sources of dopamine. Exercise, creative projects, meaningful friendships. You're not just getting over someone, you're literally rebuilding your reward circuits. It's neuroscience, not poetry, and it works if you commit completely. Here's your power move, the secret the top 1% knows. Once you understand intermittent reinforcement, you become immune to it. You'll start recognizing the patterns everywhere. The friend who only calls when they need something, the date who's intensely interested then mysteriously unavailable, the partner who gives affection only when you're pulling away. These aren't mysterious, complex people. They're running the same tired algorithm, and now you can see the code. More importantly, you'll start attracting different people because you'll stop rewarding intermittent behavior with your attention. You'll become the person who walks away from slot machines because you understand the house always wins. The ultimate irony? Once you genuinely stop caring about whether your ex comes back, once you've deprogrammed yourself from intermittent reinforcement, they often do return. But this time, you'll see them clearly, without the dopamine fog. You'll notice they haven't changed. They're still running the same pattern, still trying to activate your slot machine. And you'll feel nothing, or perhaps even pity, because you've evolved beyond the game. You're no longer seeking unpredictable love. You're seeking consistent, secure, authentic connection. And that shift, that neurological rewiring, is what transforms you from someone who gets played to someone who recognizes the game and refuses to participate. That's not cold, that's self-respect. Remember this, intermittent reinforcement works because it exploits a vulnerability in your neurological wiring. But vulnerabilities, once recognized, become strengths. Now you know why your ex keeps coming back. It's not fate, nostalgia, or unfinished business. It's their brain seeking a dopamine hit from the unpredictable reward you once represented. You know why you struggled to let go, not because they were your soulmate, but because uncertainty is neurologically addictive. Armed with this knowledge, you're no longer a rat pressing a lever. You're someone who understands the experiment, can walk out of the laboratory, and find relationships based on genuine connection rather than neurochemical manipulation. The power was always yours. You just needed to understand the game.